Hi there, I'm Renee Siebert, and I am with the Institute for Equus Coaching. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so we thought it might be a good thing to just take a moment and talk a little bit about the importance of mental health and mental health awareness. So, here are some things you may or may not know that Mental Health Awareness Month began in the United States in 1949, and it was started by Mental Health America, MHA is their acronym, and they were at the time known as the National Association for Mental Health. And each year in mid-March, Mental Health America releases a toolkit of materials that can be a guide for preparation for outreach activities that can happen during the month of May. And many federal, state, and county agencies, treatment centers, everybody joins in to talk about the importance of mental health and mental health awareness. Interestingly, every year there's a theme that is chosen for the month of May. And the past 2 years, 2020 and 21, the theme was Tools to Thrive. So it was hashtag tools2 thrive, because we were going through this pandemic and everybody needed practical tools that we could use to improve mental health, increase resiliency, regardless of what situation we were in. And so, the topics that were talked about the last couple of years were about trauma and stress and adaptation, dealing with anger and frustration, dealing with the unknown, that we knew that the way life had been was kind of over with this pandemic, and then we were in that liminal space of not knowing what was next. And so it's tough to be in that we don't know what next looks like. So that was a really important theme, I think, for the last couple of years. This year, the theme is Back to Basics in 2022. And the goal is to provide foundational knowledge about mental health and information about what people can do if your mental health is a concern, or somebody else that you know and love, if their mental health is a concern. So it's hard to know sometimes, because we are all under so much stress that it's hard to know when that stress has kind of shifted over into a cause for concern. So here are some things to think about, and what can we do during Mental Health Awareness Month? The first is to just remember that most of us experience times when we need help dealing with problems, stress, or issues that cause emotional distress. And, if you're having problems that's making you feel overwhelmed, or anything that starts to interfere with your normal daily functioning, that is a time that you might benefit from assistance from a mental health professional, even just a screening to see, are you sort of stepping over that line of, needing some support. So there are things that you can do to check on this for yourself or a loved one. You can take a free mental health screening. There's many available online, but if you go to mhascreening.org, there's a tool that is just a few questions that ask about your normal daily functioning, sleep. Are you getting enough to eat? Have you had appetite changes? Where are your thoughts taking you? Are they, stressful thoughts? Are they dark thoughts? There's questions about anxiety and, your willingness or ability to go out in the world and, connect with others, mood swings, questions about that. So that's an important first step for you, or for anybody that might be wondering, do I need to add somebody to my support team? And so that's something you can do. You'll be seeing in May a lot of posts on Facebook and Instagram about mental health awareness, and they will be coming from mental health agencies. Share those on your social media to help decrease the stigma, to get people talking about this. we want to spread messages of hope to people in need. We also want to take time for our own mental health, get more sleep, get outside in nature, interact with your animals. They give us oxytocin when we touch them, and that helps our whole system. Pick up the phone and call a friend, connect with others. We are connected beings, and that's another important step for us, is to stay connected. Horses naturally stick with the basics. They're completely present in the moment. And one of my favorite examples is, if something spooks them, they'll startle and then they'll start to run, and then they'll realize, oh, nothing's chasing me. And they just do this blowout of air and they go back to zero. They don't have the mechanism in their brain like we do that says that shouldn't have happened. There's someone to blame for that. And I'm angry about it. They're just right there in the present moment, checking in about whether they're safe or not safe. And they have an innate ability to just take care of their own needs. If they're hungry, they eat, or they look for grazing opportunities. If they need to rest, they rest. If they want to lay down and roll, they do that. In our busy world, we're constantly thinking, is this the right time to do that? And so we get out of sync. We get out of sync of listening to what our body needs and what our soul needs. So horses can take us back to that. And if you have a coach or an Equus coach asking you questions about listening to your body and what messages are you getting, I mean, our body is one of the biggest data mechanisms that we have, and we tune it out and we listen to the words instead. So it's a great question to consider what horses can teach us about coming back to the basics and taking care of ourselves and just being in the present moment. And I think the last thing is we could all commit to being a mental health champion by doing any of these things that I've listed above. And if you're not sure what to do, or you're not sure that, you might be having a problem or needing support, please reach out to somebody and say, I'm not sure if I need support. And you can find coaches at equuscoach.com that are ready and willing to help you talk things through and refer you to a mental health professional if you need that as well. And your local mental health agencies are also a really good place to start. Most cities have a 211 that give you lots of information about on the phone. Just dial 211 about what's out there and available for mental health screening and mental health referral. So let's not let anybody suffer alone. Let's all reach out and take care of each other. And thanks for listening.